Thank you for tuning in to Love Spaces on Love Married Moments with John and Toi. The question of the day is, how do you manage expectations in a relationship? Tune in, already in progress.
Welcome to Love Married Moments. My name is John.
And I'm Toi.
And we're here today to talk about managing our expectations in a relationship.
Okay.
Where do you think that comes from, the expectation in relationship?
Well, I think sometimes it can be an unconscious or conscious thing. Lots of times in people's mind, they've already determined that my beloved will do X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. Except they don't have the way to communicate that because they're not even conscientious that they think that. Maybe they've developed that decision based on how they've seen their mother or their grandmother operate, and they've just decided it's supposed to be that way. I think in your case, what you came to me and said was, I just want to let you know I went ahead and put those pots up. They was just on the stove with nothing in them. So that let me know this brother has an expectation. If the pot is out, there should be something in it. But I didn't know that before.
Okay, so context. The pots on the stove to me represented a meal.
To me, it just meant they drying.
Yeah, so I had never thought that pots on the stove was a storage. I thought the underneath and in the cabinets. So if I walk
ain't got that far.
So if I walk in a relationship, it has nothing to do with who should be cooking or whatever.
No.
But if pots are on the stove and it's the afternoon.
You really thought there was something in that pot.
After the work day.
I felt like he was hungry.
And I was hungry. So with that expectation, how did that make you feel that I thought a pot on the stove meant that you was cooking something for us?
Well, because it was coming from you, I just said, okay, let's keep that in mind. Let's have something in the pot if the pot is on the stove, because that makes him feel loved. In another, because I was married before, and it wasn't none of that. I don't really count it. I'm just letting you know I was married before. Although I got out of the deal, my beloved Ernestine Harris Marzette, my mother-in-law. I got my beloved son, James. I got my beloved son of choice, Troy. And I also came to understand a capacity thing for me about committed relationships that maybe I'll share another time. But there was an expectation that a wife should have white thread. And I was not a good wife because I didn't have a spool of white thread.
And that meant what?
I don't know. It meant it was time to put my stuff in a box and go.
White thread went with everything you had to sew? Or
I guess he had something he needed to sew. Because I didn't have white thread, I was not a good wife.
Okay.
Now, see, you approached it much better than that one did, because I was like, you probably gonna have a lot of holes in all your clothes in a few minutes if that's your take on the world, dude.
Well, tell me this. What do you think are healthy expectations when you're coming into a relationship, just across the board? Now, to me, a pot on the stove, food to eat in the evenings after a day, that's a healthy expectation. Now, we could work the logistics out of who does the cooking or whatever else, or how it's going to be handled. What are some other healthy expectations that you think a relationship should have?
Well, I don't think it should be expected that I'm going to make you happy. That's not my job as your beloved, walking life with you. I might take on a couple other things that you don't think are expected of me, but it's just because I got a little thing for you that I'm out here. Now I got to fight everybody because I don't like the way they looked at you. That crazy stuff I sometimes get in the loop of. But it's not my job to make you happy. It is not my job to make decisions for you. You are grown. You know what you want to do and what you don't want to do. I do have an expectation of myself to be sure that you have space to do things that make you happy. I enjoy watching you just doing whatever it is you over there doing. You know, when you're over there secretly counting your Dollar Tree monies, it just tickles my heart that makes you so happy to have that little joy to go to the Dollar Tree. I understand you've been set back since they went to $1.25. I know the $3 to $5 things almost took you out, but in my mind's eye, see you calculating your joy for the day. And I just love that. I don't have anything on my list that you need to do to get in the way of that.
So making one happy, if I want to make you happy, I want you to make me happy. So isn't that a healthy expectation though?
It is, as long as no, I don't think it's my job to make you happy. I do feel like it's my job to be sure you have space to be happy. Not for my expectations to overrun anything, or my, demands, if you want to say. You send me a text when you're away from home. You don't even know if I'm at home or not. Do you know what that text says? Do you need anything from anywhere? It took me a long time. I'm like, why does man keep texting this stuff to me? I don't understand what this is about. Did I ask for something? Don't know I asked. And then I figured it out. You just want to do something to make my day better. I know. Don't tell everybody. But.
And I'll go deeper.
And we'll go back. You can be in the driveway and we'll go back and get it.
Right. That was part of it. Do you need anything from anywhere? Because oftentimes expectations is with barriers. I can help you as long as it's in this. I'm close to Taco Tico. I'm close to Hardee's. But if I'm home in the driveway and you say, yeah, I do need something from the raw store and Wanamaker, I said, okay. I'm good. So when I say that, the expectation is you're not an inconvenience for me.
But it didn't start with from anywhere. You used to say, do you need anything? You added that on so that I could understand that, because I'm like, yeah, I done 750 miles this week. No, come on in this house. Yeah, I don't need nothing. If you got to go back and do it,
That's why I added it.
I appreciate that.
I added it because there is times, and I know that you travel a lot, that it has to go an extra mile. So do you need anything? I'm used to you also giving me responses like, well, where are you at? So now you're basing what you need on where I'm at, opposed to wherever I'm at, what you need, I'll go get it. And I think we did grow into that. So I guess if we were looking at managing expectations, maybe we also need to know that expectations should be progressive. Because if you're managing them, it sounds like it's in a box. It sounds like that micromanage, someone looking over your shoulder every minute, opposed to let your expectations grow as the relationship grows. And you just basically described that. I seen a greater need than the initial offer I gave you. So now I had to expound it. It's kind of like when the Bible says there's love and then there's abounding love. So I always want my love for you, just like the expectations, to move outside of a comfort zone, because you're worth that to me. And you may need it, but you'll be considerate. Well, no, I don't want to inconvenience you. No, I want our expectations to grow beyond my comfort and convenience.
I'm not doing too well in that arena, am I?
Well, this is another expectation, and this gets a lot of people into trouble. As the head of the household, which means I'm not in a dominant position. You know what head means to me. If I look at it biblically, love your wife as Christ loves the church. But also everything that I would like to exist in our relationship, I have to first model it. So
you remember that time I went to, is it Chipotle's? And when they opened the new one on our side, and I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna sit here because he would do this for me. I'm gonna wait. and they were running an hour behind, and I must have had 4-5 nervous breakdowns in there. And the only chuckle I had was, there's some other people in there having more than me. I managed to make it and bring that food home to you. And I thought, not from that store ever again. I would rather cross across Topeka, go out west, go north. I go anywhere but up the street if this is what he would like the next time. And it got better for them after that, but you know.
And you are doing good at it, but part of it has to do with, if I expect it, I have to first model it.
Well,
I have to model patience.
You're a nice man.
I have to model love. So my expectations also will never exceed my ability. So if I'm expected from you, then I got to first model it. So now at least I got something to say, okay, this is what it looks like. And then that allows me to be patient with whatever I expect of you. So now I lower my expectations because it's not based upon whether or not you can do it. Is are you in a place to do it? And if not, I'll keep modeling until you get there. so that kind of headship. And it's not dominance, but it's like, okay, I want to be that visual for you. I want you to be able to look at me and say, man, you're better at that than me. But it's not a condemning thing. It's like, okay, but that's all right. I'm out here. I'm waiting on you. And if you never get there.
I was going to say, because John, there's so that I ain't.
Yeah, if you never get there, I don't expect that from you, but I don't give less because.
Oh, okay.
So that's.
No, you're really a lovely man.
Well, and I'm hoping that's what the conversation we had last night with Jill, Peyton's mother. And she was saying, I was really looking at y'all's facial expressions. I wasn't just paying attention to what you were saying. I was looking to see if our facial expressions line up to our words. I think our expressions line up to our words. And that is also what we're trying to relate to people who are looking at us. I hear what y'all saying, but y'all really that in love? I mean, do you really manage your expectations, or y'all just on screen stuff and you go home and drive each other crazy? And
that too, you know, like, I don't think you're listening to me, and I'm the one over at the hearing place again. Can I hear? Am I hearing okay? So, but there is some of that, but it's not a negative. You know, when I thought maybe I'll just I could snap, crackle, and pop here, and then I just stopped and I looked at you and I said, Lord, this is him. This is the one. I didn't think I was gonna get him and couldn't wait to get him, and this is what I'm dealing with. Remember when you used to say, I would say, where's my stuff? And I'm looking everywhere for it, and you said, and you'd be smiling. And you say, you better hurry up and tell me what you're looking for. I might remember where I put it. Like, what kind of madness is this? Why are you touching my stuff? I'm looking for this, and this. Do you know? And you would like, I know where it is. Well, you are the finder in the house because you're probably the one moving it too. But what was it, the week before last? You helped me find something that I moved. You're the finder.
Now is that an expectation that I'm the finder?
But at the point in time, my expectation was, why are you touching my stuff? Why are you moving my stuff? Stop taking my stuff downstairs. I live here too. And your response to it was, you might want to let me know what you're looking for. I might remember where it is. Well, I didn't have time to stay wrapped up in that. I had to get with my list of things I was looking for because time was ticking. So
if we relate up people,
well, you tell me a little bit more about this lowering expectations thing.
Well, I think once we require a person to meet our expectations, I think that's when it becomes a problem. Because now it's more my issue than it is your capability. So if we're going to grow in this place of expectation, I think you have to first model it, and I try to do that in every aspect of my life. I don't ask for something I'm not willing to give, but also I get some grace that even when I'm offering it and I'm modeling it, people may look at it and say, I ain't gonna do that. I don't lower my expectation of myself, but I do not require that of other people in order to make me happy and pleased. So I would say to our audience, don't have any expectation that's above someone's capability, and continue to model what you would like it to be, even though they may not emulate what you're doing, just so they can have the visual of that as they're deciding how they want to build their own expectation.
And then also to give grace.
All right. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you learned something about managing expectations. And in the meantime, keep loving until you get there.
Bye.
God bless you.